Guys, that's your country? Wow, cool! Oh, we're also changing.
Hey, yo.
Hey.
Mereka suka banget, Lur.
Reaction. Sometime. Mr. GM.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Apa kabar semuanya, Lur? Welcome back to my channel. Masih bersama gue Mr. GM. Kita santai sejenak sambil menonton dan mereaksi video yang pastinya ini tetap spektakuler. Oke, Lur. Tetap semangat, Lur, ya, walaupun sedang berpuasa. Kita juga mengucapkan selamat menunaikan ibadah puasa. Insya Allah semoga puasanya diterima oleh Allah SWT dan puasa ini diperlancar nanti sampai berbuka dan seterusnya. Jangan lupa takjilnya yang jos. Waduh. Oke, Lur, di kali ini kita masih mereaksi. Ini sebuah video masih banget super keren, Lur, karena video ini kita akan mereaksi dari channelnya Mbak Waleska dan Mas Evra dari Inggris. Nah, di sini mereka berdua akan mereaksi. Ini sebuah video direkomendasikan ke mereka dan kita reaksi juga. Ini tentang video tarian dan musik asli Indonesia yang sangat populer, Lur. Ini tari kreasi Nusantara Hari Tari Dunia. Wah, keren yang pastinya, Lur, ya. Dan yang pastinya ditunggu-tunggu juga bagaimana nih, seperti biasa, keseruan mereka dalam berkomentar itu jos banget, Lur. Jadi penasaran, Lur, ya. Tapi sebelumnya jangan lupa untuk like, comment, share, dan di-subscribe. Terima kasih yang sudah men-subscribe. Dan lebih jelasnya lagi, tanpa panjang kali lebar, yuk kita simak sama-sama. Banyak. Oke, Lur, ini dia videonya. Monggo. Just.
A lot of people have been sending us these videos, very recent, and it's regarding both dance and music at folk level. So it's only a few weeks old. Very popular though.
Can I just say, there's just cinematic experience. Like, just look at that!
We
Not
haven't-
even like a real part, like a real place.
Mereka
Like,
sampai
it doesn't
heran,
even
Lur.
look like a real place.
Oh, there it looks real.
Saking bagusnya, Lur, ya.
Volcano.
Indonesia jos lah.
Guys, you live there?
Yeah, this is where it starts to get a bit like. How's that not a video game?
Guys, that's your country?
This is the part where we've been immensely intrigued about the musical aspect of it.
Wow.
Jawa Timur. So we have seen gamelan in the past, different styles.
Wow, cool! Oh, we're also changing rhythms and styles?
Yeah, because that's the interesting bit about Indonesia. I mean, Indonesia is pretty big, but what it sort of captivated at least me the most is that even when you look at the music industry of Indonesia at
The
a current
contemporary-
state,
Yeah, the contemporary music industry.
it's still a melting pot of different cultures. And weirdly enough, then when you look at it just from a, what would you call it? You call it like a pure Indonesian level. It still is the case because there's different provinces, there's different
Influences.
there were different tribes and there's different cultures within one culture.
Yes.
That's what seems to happen, at least from my understanding, especially from what we've seen with this video, especially from what we've seen, especially musically and the regional sounds and stuff like that.
Wah, sepertinya Mas Evra ini mempelajari tentang Indonesia, Lur, sampai dia paham tuh tentang adat, budaya, dan lain-lain yang berbagai macam. Keren. Lanjut.
So I would presume that you probably would not have to travel that far to then be exposed to something completely bloody different, both in languages, both in rhythms, both in dance.
Like, you wouldn't have to travel to another country to experience something completely
langsung aja
refreshing
ke
and new.
Indonesia.
Pretty much, just go to a different state, mate, and they're probably doing completely different stuff than.
Yeah, I agree.
And hence why this has bred such uniqueness musically.
That is so great,
Good, Indonesia.
though. Just the greenery, the scenery is insane.
It was like Uncharted.
It really does look unnaturally amazing.
Bali. Obviously, still some similarity seems to prevail. Huge focus on facial expressions, which is common in other cultures too.
I love the headgears and stuff.
Oh, yummy.
Headpieces.
Right. Hey, yo.
Hey.
Mereka suka banget, Lur.
I love the touch of the bells in the sound composition. This is really good. They have a party going on. Oh, Jakarta.
Yeah.
Jakarta.
Because given the magnitude of the size of Indonesia, there's areas where they become more city-like.
Well, like the capital.
Papua.
Wow, how cool!
You see, such vastness is very rare in countries, right?
Oh my god! Look at that face! See, this is when it starts to get like reality bending. Look at the mist and the masks. Hey!
And you can understand why a huge amount of artists, even Indonesian artists themselves,
Take so much inspiration from this.
yeah. Obviously, Alfie Ref being a big
Not
weird
the
genius.
Imagineers. Weird genius. Yeah.
Because why have to go abroad to seek inspiration? Like Indonesia's big enough.
He has such a broad culture too. It's just cinematically so cool. Yo. Huh. The director of this, what a vision.
Indonesia itu keren, Lur.
Area, sick. You know that game, Senua Sacrifice?
Oh yeah. I agree.
Indonesia itu keren, Lur. Bener, Lur. Kalau ditata dengan pemerintahan yang baik atau apa, Indonesia bisa makmur, Lur. Asli Indonesia itu bagus semua, Lur.
It's just not real.
Selamat Hari-Hari Dunia.
Selamat.
Okay,
It's-
I need to know who the director is.
I mean, the
Because
channel is
what?
IndonesiaKaya, which I think it might be like a travel thing. I'm not sure. I can't. I mean, I don't speak Indonesian.
But what a vision! It's a really well executed idea, though, in terms of like how it was portrayed from the cinematic perspective to the cultural differences in the sound, as well as the transition between state and state.
Yeah, so it's definitely a bunch of dance studios collaborating together from different
Right.
parts of Indonesia. And look, like it's no wonder that people from different parts of the world have become mesmerized through this. You know, we're obviously super intrigued with it from a sort of musical standpoint. Even though from a touristic standpoint, it's like what a selling point,
Oh my
or a
God,
cultural
yes.
standpoint, what a selling point. But it was rather interesting because the more we dive deeper into the Indonesian music industry, the more we started finding out that actually the reason why, at a macro level, when you look at the charts, when you look at the variety of voices, when you look at the vastness of styles that become popular in Indonesia, because Indonesia is one of those sort of peculiar music industries where it's not just one genre. Ballads still prevail to a certain extent, but you do have alternative. You do have alternative rock. You do have indie folk. You
And
do
then
have
you also have an incredibly broad vocal quirkiness and individualities from a lot of these popular singers.
EDM seems to be really, really impactful, and pop music in the style, electronic pop music, seems to really resonate well. And some of the highest resonating sort of artists are the ones that not only utilize other Indonesian artists in their compositions, but also utilize the culture,
Maximize from the culture.
the lore,
Yeah.
the flora, the sauna to their advantage, and it's because it's so vast, and it genuinely seems, it might seem like a bit like what the fuck, but sometimes it genuinely just makes you think like this place seems a bit supernatural, like a bit weird, like
is it to a certain extent, all of the myths and legends, I feel like whoever told me about them, I would believe they
if
actually
they happen in
happened.
Indonesia.
Yeah, because they have the beauty of the nature and the mystery of it all, just kind of like playing with it. Like, come on, look at this.
Like, it's a damn peculiar ass
How
place.
how is that even real?
Yeah,
And I think obviously the cinematography here, like the color grading with the dramatic outfits and everything else, just kind of like enhances the experience. But it's there, you could easily believe it.
Indeed. Let us know what you guys thought about it, and if there are other performances, I think it would be interesting. Now, we have seen sort of cultural performances. We have seen, those big, like the gala events, obviously the Asian opening ceremonies. Something that I really liked about the Asian ceremony,
Games, yeah.
the Asian Games opening ceremony, was that it did utilize also the singing talent that Indonesia has. So it would be quite interesting to see other projects, like we've seen Novia Batchmeet and her friends, like do the original sounds. If you have performances like those are immensely interesting.
Yeah, new artists that are using the Indonesian folklore to fuel their new artistry. Let us know.
Or to showcase it. Also, that allows Waleska to sort of analyze the vocals and stuff like that from a completely different standpoint, because they're very different. But anyways, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Oke lur, angel jos gantos. Oke lur, pilketes pokoknya jos lah, top lur. Oke, seperti biasa, video ini kita reaksi atas permintaan banyak banget dari dulur semua yang baik hati dan juga tidak sombong. Terima kasih yang sudah merequest dan kita reaksi. Sekali lagi terima kasih juga untuk semuanya. Dan tadi sudah kita simak bareng-bareng lur ya, dari awal sampai akhir nih, bagaimana keseruan dan kehebohannya Mbak Waleska dan Mas Efra. Ini lagi-lagi mereka dibikin kaget lur dan kagum, sampai mereka itu bengong dan penasaran apa benar nyata tentang alam Indonesia yang sangat indah lur. Orang luar negeri aja sampai seperti itu lur. Berarti kita harus bangga lur ya, mempunyai negara seperti Indonesia. Yang penting dikelolanya dengan baik, jangan sampai dikorupsi. Kalau korupsi caburin aja ke laut. Ini apa benar katanya ini ada di Indonesia? Kalau nggak percaya ya silahkan kunjungi Indonesia Mbak Waleska dan Mas Efra ya lah. Dan juga nih dari dulu sampai sekarang para turis atau negara-negara yang lain itu penasaran dengan keindahan adat, budaya, alam, pokoknya semua tentang Indonesia lur. Sampai mereka itu pokoknya bangga dan kagum lur. Pokoknya Indonesia itu bagus, nyata, serta keren lur. Wah, pokoknya Indonesia itu jos. Wih. Yuk mari sama-sama kita teriakan bahwa video ini adalah jos gandos top Markoto. Oke, bagaimana menurut Anda? Kasih komentar di bawah ini ya. Juga silahkan ketik mau request mana lagi nih video atau apapun yang akan kita reaksi berikutnya. Dan terima kasih juga untuk channelnya Waleska Herrera dan Mas Efra. Terima kasih, semoga nanti kita bisa duet. Bisa kita ya. Oke, terima kasih yang sudah mereka sudah mereaksi video tersebut. Oke, sekali lagi terima kasih sudah menonton video ini dan semoga bermanfaat dan menghibur Mas Mbak semua. Dan semoga semua diberikan kesehatan serta kewarasan dan juga kesuksesan. Waras juga penting banget loh. Jangan lupa tetap dukung channel ini dengan cara di like, di komen, di share sebanyak-banyaknya biar viral lur video tentang Indonesia, dan terutama di subscribe. Terima kasih yang sudah mensubscribe channel ini, semoga selalu diberikan pahala yang besar, selalu sehat dan juga sukses. Dan yang belum mensubscribe, kita doakan semoga subscribe dan sehat selalu. Oke lur, semoga channel ini dapat berkembang dan menjadi lebih maju lagi 100 meter ke depan. Salam santai. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Reaction. Sometimes